Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and fellow ham and eggers. Welcome to this week's AEW Dynamite Recap show. I am Ronald Ray, your boy with a cornbread accent. Hopefully, everybody's having a good week so far. This week's AEW Dynamite took place at the Simmons Bank Arena in Little Rock, Arkansas. Looks like it was more build up to next week's uh, Blood and Guts show. We had a couple of pay per view quality matches here, or marquee wise pay per view quality here. Without further ado, let's go ahead and do the sales pitch here. Hey, if you like what you're hearing here, hit the like button. Also, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about this week's Dynamite, and be a champ and hit that subscribe button. With all that out of the way, let's let her rip. All right, first, like I said, marquee wise, should have had this on pay per view. Top guy Will Ospreay defending his championship, the international championship against Maxwell Jacob Freeman, MJF. Like I said, this should have been a pay per view match, not free on TV. But like I said, I guess they're trying to get some ratings right now, and pay per views to work themselves out. Anyway, started off, a little back and forth action. MJF worked on Will's leg. Will chopped his way back. Uh, then a failed Osprey, or I guess Osprey cutter on the apron, Cody cutter, whatever you want to call it. The match will work on his shoulder. The match went outside to the crowd, and some young fan got her shot at MJF. Yo, ref, where's the DQ on that? Oh well, give them credit. The commentator said, "Hey, referee's being a little lenient here. Well, let's just go with that." Anyway, the match got brought back to the ring. Uh, Osprey would hit a Styles Clash right on the apron there. Uh, looked pretty, looked pretty seriously. Looked pretty good. At least they did call it the Styles Clash. MJF was bragging about how smart he is. Then that's when Osprey hit him with a suicide dive, hitting Blade. Will almost had it with another Styles Clash from the second rope. MJF was able to grab the ropes though. MJF hit the top rope elbow through a table at one point. With about a minute left in the match, Osprey had him up for the Tiger Driver, but refused to hit it. We get a ref bump. MJF nailed Will with the Dynamite ring. 1, 2, 3, and now we have a new AEW International Champion. That is Maxwell Jacob Freeman. MJF. Like I said, this was a very good match. I mean, it went 58 minutes. 2 seconds left on the clock when they showed it on the Tron. But like I said, pretty good. I can't say it wasn't. It had entertaining spots in it. Yes, a little girl slapping or chopping MJF. That's a funny spot. Seen it plenty of times on indie shows. So hey, if you can get 250 people to laugh at it, you should be able to get how many people there? About 5 to 10,000 people there. And the what 700,000 people watching at home, they probably enjoyed it. So it is what it is. Like I said, I'm not no Jim Cornette. I'm not going to shit on everything. This was a good match. It kept my attention, and unfortunately for everybody else, they had to try to follow that, and once they did a good job of that. So anyway, kudos to them. Close to an hour for one match on TV. They pulled it off really good. So yeah, hats off to Osprey and MJF on that one. All right, next up we had the Learning Tree segment featuring the Learning Tree himself, the For the World or F the World Champion, whatever you want to call it, uh, for the Wastebasket Championship. That's where it should go, in my opinion, but I'll let it be. So yeah, he came in the ring and said, "Hey, this is a 250th episode. I was here for the first one, been here for most of the episodes, but he did vow to make an appearance at every Dynamite show until at least a 500. He also said, look, anybody's been questioning Leonard Trees seems to be getting hurt. Hook got burned. Samoa Joe went through a wall last week. Or, yeah, was it last week? Week before last. Anyway, that's they say, hey, um, would anybody be crazy enough not to listen to him? That's when Minoru Suzuki came out, had a contract in his hand. When Brian Keith opened up that contract, or excuse me, Big Bill opened a contract, it read that Big Bill and Brian Keith were not going to be uh, around the ringside. So I believe it's time for next week, Chris Jericho versus Suzuki for the FTW Championship. Yeah, next week. I got it here in my notes. Yeah, so next week, Suzuki, Jericho, FTW Championship. Yeah, I just leave it at that. Anyway, next. All right, next up we got a TBS Championship match. The TBS champion Mercedes Moné putting the title on the line against Nyla Rose. Mercedes got Nyla Rose down for a bit. Then Rose battled back, or power back pretty much. Monet punched her way back. And then, Monet wound up getting Nyla Rose to tap out to the statement maker. It used to be called the bank statement. But that was after a failed attempt at the lockjaw. She had her own little CEO glove and everything, but didn't quite work out too well. Nyla Rose wound up finding her way out of that, literally. But she was, Monet slept on that bank statement or statement maker, got Nyla Rose to tap out. After a match, there was a fan, I guess a Britt Baker fan with a pro Britt Baker sign. Of course, Monet ripped it down. Wound up being somebody dressed in a Sting mask and all covered up. Yes, you guessed it. It was actually Britt Baker. She attacked Mercedes Moné. Then security came out and separated two. I guess they got a little bit bigger security guards this week that Britt Baker couldn't beat up. All right, next up it was Mariah May. She basically came out dressed like the timeless Tony Storm, not the old Tony Storm. Said she was, she loved duping Tony Storm, thinking that she was this huge mark, basically. She's about to win the AEW World Women's Championship, and AEW will be all about Mariah May. Alright, it is main event time. They build this champion versus champion. The AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland went up against AEW Continental Champion Kazuki Okada, the Rainmaker. Sorry, my Japanese is not that good. Told y'all I'm from the South. But anyway, filling out process, start this thing out. Some back and forth here. Okada got the advantage after hitting that DDT on the floor. Champ was able to bounce back, looking for the house call when the Butts came out. Attacked Swerve Strickland. Of course, that caused a disqualification of all things. After the Butts came out, the Acclaim came out, then Jack Perry came out, then Briscoe came out, then the Drugstore Cowboy, Rhinestone Cowboy, whatever you want to call him. Adam Page came out. They all came out because these are two teams be facing off with one another in the Blood and Guts match come next week. Again, another pay-per-view type match, but okay. I don't book these things. I'm just giving my opinion. Almost forgot. Darby Allin, taking notes from his mentor Sting, came down from the Raptors, attacked Jack Perry, even things out. So it looks like for Blood and Guts, you're going to have Okada, the Bucks, Jack Perry, and Adam Page going against the Acclaim, Mark Briscoe, Swerve Strickland, and Darby Allin. And Darby Allin, love the guy, or not love the guy, but a huge fan of his. He's going to try to pull out something, so he might wind up back on the injury list, but let's hope not. But he's going to do something crazy in that match. Like I said again, it should be probably a pay-per-view match, but I don't know about this stuff. Anyway, let's do some shameless plugs here. Every Tuesday, I do a trivia show called Wrestling Trivia Tuesday. Um, I ask 5 questions, all dealing with the sport of professional wrestling, going from the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and 2010s. So yes, check that out. Play with friends. Hey, test your own knowledge and let me know how you do. Uh, Also, I do a Raw recap show. Usually try to have that out on Tuesdays, sometimes Wednesdays. You know how real life is, especially right now. Like I said, on location. I know y'all people get tired of hearing that. But it usually sounds good when the game shows say it, though, right? Anyway, uh, so yes, the Raw recap show. And of course, right now you're watching AEW Dynamite Recap show. Going to do one next week, definitely for the Blood and Guts special show, whatever. This was kind of a special show. Anyway, uh, but yes, we'll do a recap of that. Usually have those on Thursday, which is today. Speaking of Thursday, I do a live stream. Yes, this is uh, the first live stream I've started. It's called Spot Show Live Stream every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, 5 p.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Friday morning in Japan, and 5 a.m. Friday morning in India. This week, just going to talk about some random news and join me in the chat. We'll just say hello and probably a lot of bullshit today. Pardon me for my language, but a lot of BS. We'll just BS a lot today or tonight for the live stream show, and it's mostly about the current product. But if you're not digging the current product, I got something for you. Every Friday, I do another live podcast or uh, another live stream. Excuse me. I get up one day. It's called Wrestling Gold Friday Night. Used to be on 8 o'clock. Now I'm doing a job out of town. So uh, for the foreseeable future, the all the Wrestling Gold Friday nights will be at 10 p.m. So join me, check that out. I'll discuss that day in wrestling history, and it looks like I'll be doing some Texas All Star Wrestling, unless I change my mind or something like that. You know how I flow. Anyway, like I said, that match. If I was doing the PWI, you know how old school I am, the Pro Wrestling Illustrated year-end awards. Right now, that Will Ospreay Swerve Strickland match be match of the year. Not gonna lie to you, but like I said, the Okada match, Strickland match, or the Okada Strickland match should be on pay-per-view. This match with Ospreay and MJF should have been on pay-per-view, but like I said, um, just my opinion. It's not my company. But anyway, like I said, hopefully everybody has a good rest of the week. It is Thursday. That means Friday Eve. Tomorrow's Friday, so catch y'all later on the live stream, hopefully. Until then, you folks have a good one and take it easy. Hey, friends, drop a like button, leave a comment. Also, be a champ and hit that subscribe button. You can also check me out on social media, Facebook at Ronald Ray, on X or Twitter is RPATRPTV46. Until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.